Welcome to South Florida, Game 3 of the 4-game weekend series. The Nats have big things in mind this weekend before coming home. Got a lot of curly W's in the house as usual here at Marlins Park. And why not? The guys have dominated the Fish both on this diamond and in D.C. as well. Bob and FP, 3 in a row. You're taking it one at a time this time of the season. Only thing you can handle is what you do yourself, and they'll turn it over to Gio to try to keep this good thing going that they have right now.
Yeah, we talked about it during the broadcast last night. There's little signs if you're looking closely that this thing's turned around. Doesn't matter if they're playing the Marlins, doesn't matter who they're playing. The Marlins are 24-22 since June 5th, so they're playing good baseball. But all started with Tanner in Milwaukee on Wednesday. 8 shutouts, struck out 11, just 3 hits in that, 1 walk, 1. And then how about Tommy Malone? He had 4 shutout innings after giving up 3 in the first inning. He gave them a good effort with 6 strikeouts. Then the big boy last night showed up big time. 11 strikeouts, 1 walk on his 34th birthday. 8 strong innings from Max. So the starters doing their thing, and you look at the numbers the last 3 games, getting this whole winning streak going.
Yeah, and it's really great when everything's working together because big hits going along with the pitching, like Bryce's homer in Milwaukee on Wednesday. And then, of course, Trey Turner, who's come up big against the Marlins on several occasions this year. He was all over the bases. And then Juan Soto. This is a great ballpark for doubles and especially triples. He's into third base standing up. And so 2 departments working together, the pitching good, and the offense has been prolific and opportunistic.
Yeah, the Nats are at 269 in July after hitting just 238 in June, so they're picking it up big time. 5.18 runs a game in July, just 4 runs a game in June. So it's starting to turn around little by little, and there's still time to do this thing.
Yeah, we'd like to take Gio back maybe to how well he started the season. It's been a scuffle for him lately, but he's always pitched well against the Marlins. He's 10-3 against his hometown team, so hopefully a reversal of fortune from what we're looking at there.
Yeah, 10-3 with a 1.93 and 17 career starts against the Marlins. You remember the near no-hitter here last year. So Gio loves pitching in Miami. It's his hometown. Here we go.
His last 14 times out against the Miami Marlins, he's won 9 out of 10 decisions with a 179 earned run average. In fact, a couple of years ago, last year, he almost had a no-hitter here and came very close into the 9th inning. More on that a little bit later. But up next, we're going to look at the young man Soto and what he's doing to help out our pitchers and our ball club. Straight ahead from Florida. And we're going to talk about teen successes, Juan Soto, and what he's doing to light up the baseball world right now. So his teenage records, he's going to keep adding to some of these. 27 extra base hits in his first 203 at-bats, most ever. First since 1898 with a homer in 3 consecutive ball games. He could stand alone tonight with another one. And then we talk about the multi-hit games, the multi-homer games, and the 5 RBI games. He just keeps doing things that haven't been done by young players, FP, in such a long, long time. And it all started, some of this stuff, against the Yankees.
We're showing you the far ones. Check out the exit velocity. This was at home, obviously, against the Yankees, 112 miles an hour. This one at Philadelphia, 112 miles an hour if you round up. The one in Yankee Stadium's my favorite. This one, oh my goodness. That one's still rolling somewhere in New York. They haven't found that one yet. And here's the last two. Thursday, this was a low tracer, just 110. Look out! Don't try to catch that. And last night, a big bomb from the teenager. Come on, he's 19. I just marvel at what he does every single night. Yeah, take cover out there, everybody. Incoming. Juan Soto, his smile, his confidence level off the charts, and check out the OPS this season. Highest in the National League with a minimum of 200 ABs. Rookie of the Year.
Yep, and pretty soon he'll have enough at-bats to start chasing some real people on some real big lists. Bryce has come alive. 6 RBIs his last 3 games, 11 batted in his last 10 games, and against the Marlins, 24 long balls, 72 career RBIs. He likes this yard. He likes their staff, and we'll get it going here in just a moment. PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. A little cloudy outside, only 83 in Miami right now. We are in air-conditioned comfort, but it's muggy indoors here. Usually around 78 at game time. Here's Davey Martinez lineup. Nats are 8th in hitting, 11th in runs, and 6th in homers. Michael A. Taylor, he likes the Marlins. Why not? He's from up the road in Lauderdale. And Michael A. is hitting .309 in his last 39 ball games. Some interruptions during that time. He doesn't play every day, but making the most of his opportunities over the last 2 months. Ryan Zimmerman back in there. And this is Trevor Richards, the 25-year-old rookie. Nats have faced him once, and he had control issues.
Yeah, 15th start of the year for Richards. You remember on July 8th at Nats Park, he went just 3 2/3. 2 runs on 4 hits, a career high, 7 walks in that one. Marlins won that game, however, 10-2. So fastball, curveball change. You just saw the average velocities. Opponents hit 294 against his fastball and 355 against his curveball. There's a defense for the Marlins tonight. Rivera, Maben, Anderson, the outfield. Riddle, Castro. Up the middle, Rojas, Real Muto at the corners. And Brian Holiday behind the plate. JT Real Muto playing first base tonight, so he gets a break from the catcher's gear, and he'll stand there and talk to Tim Bogar all night.
Yeah, Don Mattingly getting some right-handed bats into the lineup against Gio. So Trey Turner is having a good series against Mattingly's pitchers. And by the way, the Marlins have a bunch of young guys pitching. They don't do well against teams and hitters that know them well. Against the National League East this year, the staff ERA is 5.61. Underway, right on time. Turner pops up the bunt, and he pops it up for a base hit. Real Muto came in a little bit when he saw him square, and how about that?
So the catcher's playing first, but he charged a little bit too hard. Give me launch angle and exit velocity on the Trey Turner bunt. And guess what? There goes the no-hitter. I would say about a 34-degree launch angle. Exit velocity is probably around 80 miles an hour. What do you got? Oh, 40 miles an hour, excuse me.
Projected distance.
101-foot bunt. That is the longest bunt in the history of baseball.
Wow. That's the fly ball version of a butcher boy. And here's Bryce Harper. That was really something. One pitch, one runner. We're underway right on time at 7:10, and Bryce takes one away. So in the series, he's driven in 3, scored a couple. He's drawn a walk, 3 hits. RBI total up to 62. 2 out of the top 10. With Scooter Gennett and Matt Kemp just ahead of him. Turner off and running. And the throw bounces in, and Trey has his 23rd of the year. Wasting no time running on Brian Holiday, who's been pretty good throwing out runners this year.
Yeah, he's thrown out 14 of 25, so make it 14 of 26. Trey Turner steals that one easily. So a bunt, a stolen base. Trey Turner played leadoff hitter baseball in front of all of his family and friends that came down from around the West Palm Beach area.
So 23 for him. Michael A in the lineup. He has 24, batting 7th. Bryce Harper took a couple of nice line drives to left field for hits last night. In his 3rd and 5th times up. He already had a sac fly, drove in a couple. So the Nats now 30 hits in this series, and to this point they've scored 19 runs in 2 games. Good take, 2-2. Richards, a native of Aviston, Illinois, went to small Drury University in Springfield, Missouri. It's right down the street, literally, from Missouri State, where Ryan Howard and Ross Detweiler played. Making his 15th start, and the opponent's batting average at .264. 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Harper fighting one off, and the ball slicing foul. And the off-speed pitch got it.
Yeah, made him aware of the fastball in and then pulled the string on the changeup right there. That's his best pitch. It's right over the top. It mimics his fastball big time. Opponent's hitting just 186 against his changeup, and Bryce, trying to move the runner, was way out in front.
Ryan Zimmerman had a big hit here on Thursday night, a 6th inning double that got the Nats back even after they trailed 3-0. Then they won it going away 10-3. So that was his 18th RBI. And Turner getting a jump and heading for 3rd. He's under the tag and safe, and somehow grabbed the bag. It looked like he was going to slide clear over to the grandstand.
Yeah, it's hard with that mid on to hold the bag, but a tremendous jump. Pretty good throw by Holiday, and he just beats it in there and clings for life with the oven mitt. Watch this. Can't be easy to hold on to the bag when you're going that fast with no fingers.
Well, that's close.
Super close.
Marlins took a look, decide not to challenge. So Trey Turner picks up 2 bags just like that.
Love watching him run the bases.
That's big. Third base, 1 out. And Ryan Zimmerman, a great RBI go-ahead opportunity here.
Hustle mark.
Yeah. So that was the 3rd of his 5 at-bats on Thursday. Ryan was the only position player who didn't see action last night. 13 of his 29 hits this year, extra bases. Right now, Richards has some good off-speed stuff going. He has struck out 64 in 70 innings. And that really had Ryan out ahead. So 2 consecutive strikeouts on 2 big-time quality hitters, Harper and Zimmerman, and the innings up to Soto.
Yeah, 3 changeups in a row, and Ryan tried to stay back, but even on TV, those look like fastballs all the way, right over the top. Just about, what, 7-8 miles an hour slower than his heater.
Juan Soto 0 for 1, but 2 walks against Richards in that game at Nationals Park, July 8th. Not biting. Ball 1. Having a great series. 5 hits, 4 RBIs, couple of homers, couple of walks. Did he stop? He did. Ball 2, according to Chris Siegel down there at 3rd.
Let's see if he went from the side. It's so hard for a hitter to get away from the fastball and sit on the change, but you feel like with Richards right now, he's trying to just wear that changeup out. He got a good feel for it.
Soto pulls a 2-hopper over to Real Muto, and that's it for the Nats. Trey Turner tried to manufacture a run, and at home, Gio goes to work. Marlins, they're 11th in the league in hitting, Fewest runs, homers, and steals in the league. Don't blame this guy. Their number 3 hitter is 4 for 8 in the series. Real Muto always hits the Nats well. 13 homers, 50 RBIs. He's playing first base tonight. Yadiel Rivera, first appearance of the series, as well as the catcher Brian Holiday. Gio looking for win number 7 on the year.
And win number 11 career against the Marlins. He's 11-10-3 with the 1.93 and 17 career starts. The Nats are 12-5 in those starts against the Marlins. So a team he's had success against. And the Nats need a big one out of Gio here tonight. We told you at the outset about Tanner, then Tommy Malone, then Max last night. And when this staff is going good, they kind of feed off each other. So here comes Gio.
So this is the pitcher's version of keep the line moving?
Yeah.
Miguel Rojas 0 for 4 against the Nats in this series. Gio's first pitch, a good-looking heater, called by Tim Timmons, the 19-year veteran who has the plate tonight. Rojas at 254, but hitting 323 for better than a month. And the breaking ball, a good one. 0-2.
Yeah, we showed the arsenal for Gio, and you know this year he's thrown the lowest percentage of fastballs in his career at 55, and the highest percentage of changeups at 23.
And comes with a breaking ball again, Mark Reynolds. And Ryan Zimmerman somehow stayed on the bag. Reynolds, it's a do or die play for the third baseman. Ryan used to do that over there. Charge it hard, get the throw to first. That was some kind of play by both sides.
Well, we'll see if it was. Let's see if he was on there. And I think we're playing on, so he was. Just for a millisecond, a nanosecond. Did he come back down? There he goes. He came back down on it. At least that's what I'm going with. Nice play.
1 out, Brian Anderson, the hitter.
But I think the reason, Carp, there's more changeups than ever from Gio is that's his best secondary pitch now. He used to be the 94 blow it by you up high fastball guy, nasty wiffle ball curveball when he first came over from the A's, and now I think of him as more as a fastball changeup lefty. Maybe he's going to throw more curves tonight because he's already thrown 3 or 4.
Anderson at 283 with 114 hits, 7th most in the league. 2-0. That's up, says Tim Timmons, ball 3.
Gio's delivery looks a lot more deliberate tonight. He's going slower. His windup has been a little bit quick lately, and it's obviously affected his command with 5 walks last start. But watch right here. This is way slower. Just to get under control, stay over that backside. Stay over the rubber longer with his head to get the release point out in front and get that fastball sinking downhill. Watch right here. Look at that. That's way more deliberate.
Three and 2, he has battled it back to. And he walked him. Gio kind of came scrambling off the hill right there. So a 1-out walk ahead of JT Real Muto.
He's fine. I think he caught a cleat on the finish here. Maybe a little slippage.
Real Muto at 309, 8th highest batting average in the National League.
you watch something here. I always talk about hitters looking at the pitcher with both eyes. You know, you see some guys that kind of just look out of their left eye. Watch JT Realmuto's head right here. Check this out. He is square up to Gio Gonzalez. Look at that. So he's using all of both eyes to see the baseball here. Where a lot of guys, Carp, just a right-handed hitter peek out of their left eye and their right eye's not really seeing. I mean, it's a good lesson for any hitter that you want to use both eyes and square them up as much as possible to the, just like when you're playing catch with somebody. You don't play catch looking out of one eye with somebody, right? You're looking square at him, and maybe why he's hitting 300.
6 for 24 with an RBI against Gio. He's going to ram one hard out to left, and Soto comes on to make the grab. Nats had him well played. Juan was well off the line and grabbed it for the second out.
Yeah, nice play by Juan. Good swing by Realmuto. See what I'm talking about? He's looking with both eyes. Kind of talking to himself too. Closes up the front side, short compact swing, and he knew that was an out. Juan Soto coming in hot, making the play.
Their cleanup man tonight, Starlin Castro, who in this series has hit leadoff, 5th, and tonight 4th. Against the lefty, Justin Bour on the bench. Castro, good success, 7 for 20 against Gonzalez.
There's the defense tonight. Ryan Zimmerman back at first. I think the only change, right?
Eaton has a night off.
Michael A. Taylor in center.
Yeah. Adam Eaton's been on base 5 times in this series.
He'll be in there somewhere tonight.
Castro 118 hits, eclipsed by only Markakis, Freeman, and Jeanette on the National League hit list. Big gap left center as the outfield's around to the right some. Gio is from Monsignor Pace High School, which is in Miami Gardens. 5 big leaguers have come out of that school. Adrian Cardenas, Danny Rios, Derek Rodriguez, Gio, and Nats #1 pick back in '06, Chris Marrero. Fastball up. First K of the night, pitches around the 1-out walk. No score early, game 3 in Miami.
Weeks ago. he hoped to come off with his normal stroke locked in and with that extra base thing going, but that's not how things worked out. So Murphy said last night he viewed it as he had two choices. The first choice was feel sorry for yourself. The second was keep grinding away, and he obviously took the second option. He's been putting in some hard work with Kevin Long and Joe Dillon, the Nationals hitting coaches, and it's paying off. Over his last 13 games, guys, Murph's hitting .425, and that extra base gap-to-gap type of Daniel Murphy stroke that we've seen over the last couple of years is back. 5 extra base hits in his last 13 games as well.
Yeah, Dan, it's coming. Batting average up to .277. 4 hits in this series.
I don't think he's ever felt sorry for himself a day in his life. It's not his makeup. It's not the way he's built. And we talked about it at the outset of the series on Thursday. The team could have done that, right?
Yeah.
Strasburg back on the DL, Anthony Rendon at home taking care of family stuff. You know, a lot of things not going your way. You go two ways. You can say, hey, it's not our year, or you could buckle up and put your helmet on and say, let's do this.
That was way inside.
3 hits last night for Murph, so he's on his legs, which is always key, and that's not easy when you're coming off a knee surgery. And that's just a blooper, but he did some damage here too. This one in the gap would have been a home run in a lot of ballparks, not in this place. And then the bat flip finish, and I said it last night, I believe it, he's back.
$18 for his last 43. 3-1.
Saw that change up early. He's the first hitter that saw the change up early so far.
Strike call. Murphy had a couple of RBIs on a base hit against Richards in the game in DC. You heard Daniel say time, and Tim Timmons gave it to him.
You can hear everything here.
We heard that one for ball 4.
All right, Nats fans, the annual Harris Teeter Food Drive is this weekend, or the weekend of August 4th and 5th. Nats take on the Reds. Bring non-perishable food items to the center field gate. And you benefit the Capital Area Food Bank. If you donate 4 or more items, this is where it gets good. You can receive 2 tickets to a future Nats game. Visit Nationals.com. So August 4 and 5, Reds in town. Bring food. He's got his glove on. He's taking a picture of his glove.
Mark Reynolds is 1 for 6 in the series, but they've walked him 4 times. Did they circle his name after that Saturday night game in DC? We're not going to pitch to this guy in the series. It's just kind of worked out that way. They've had a hard time pitching to all the Nats. 2-0. Last 19 games, 13 RBIs, including that mammoth game at home. And a batting average of .385. Like in July. Gave him the low strike on a hot fastball coming in.
Well, if you remember last time Richards pitched against the Nats, I told you this story. He went undrafted out of Division II Drury University in Missouri and played independent ball for the Gateway Grizzlies of the Frontier League in 2015. Had an off-season job as a substitute teacher, and then finds himself on a big league mound. So
awesome.
From Independent ball to the Marlins signing him in July of 2016 to pitch in the big leagues. No more spit wads at the back of his head. He's pitching on a big league mound.
He can fly his own paper airplanes now. 2-2 with nobody out. Right side of the infield open. Mark doesn't go that way a lot, and that fastball was fairly close to the one earlier called for a strike, but the count goes to 3-2. Nissan on the AB.
I think they're going to work him down and away. It's just my call.
You've always been great at spotting trends.
I'm sharp, man. I'm on it.
And that one comes backing up to the inside edge for his third strikeout. Let's go inside the numbers presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. So the Nats have won 8 out of 9, all 5 here, 8 runs a game. The average runners in scoring position on base percentage, 43 extra base hits. Told you about that 5.61 ERA for the Marlins staff against the East. The Nats have the most to do with that of any team in the division against these guys. Marlins are 3-6 against the Braves, 4-5 against the Mets, 5-4 against the Phillies, but they've been dominated 8 of 9 by the Nats. Taylor rips one, hits the mound, and a long run for Castro, and then he turns the double play with Murphy coming right at him. That was an interesting and tough to do 4-3 double play. Right here, and Gio had some kind of game going on. D. Gordon early, and Gio, given only 1 run with which to work on a hit by Harper, took a no-hitter into the 9th, and then D. Gordon knocked one into center and said, "Not in my house." University of Maryland, University College, looking back at a brilliant Nationals Gio moments in history.
Well, that was Jose Fernandez's birthday, remember? His girlfriend and his mom came to the ballpark for the first time after Jose passed. So Gio, real emotional before that start, went out and almost tossed a no-hitter. They were real close, both from the same area. And it was an emotional night, and he was fired up. The best part about that was when he came off the mound, Giancarlo Stanton dropped his bat and gave him an ovation from the on-deck circle. The opposing pitcher, who just shoved for 8 innings, got an ovation from one of the best players on the Marlins team. I thought it was real classy.
Great stuff. Cameron Maybin, bottom of the 2nd. Gio first inning, 16 pitches, 9 strikes. Couldn't bring the curveball all the way back, ball 2.
Jose Fernandez jersey.
Never to be forgotten here. Maben against Gio, career 2 for 11.
You talk about that. I mean, as sad as it was, and as broke up as we all were in the baseball family, the offense they had here, the outfield they had here, the lineup they had with that guy, they were just on the verge of starting to build something special. And strictly from a baseball standpoint, how far back did that set back this franchise? Because now you had a starter here, a starter there, with that outfield that I thought was one of the best outfields in baseball, with Yelich, Stanton, and Ozuna. And Jose, I mean, they were close, and now they're rebuilding everything.
Wow, what a grab by Reynolds, and he finds the target, and again, Ryan Zimmerman stays on the bag. Some hot action at both corners in this one.
Hey, right back on the horse. Had a couple tough chances last night. Spears that one going to his left. Spin move, sidearm fling right on the money. Nice play, Mark Reynolds. It's the spin move right there. They work on that in BP all the time. Nice play.
So each leadoff man's been retired by Reynolds and Zimmerman. Here's Yadiel Rivera, the left fielder. 26 years of age, from Puerto Rico. Signed as a minor league free agent last November. Part of the Milwaukee organization most of his professional career. And he hammers one to the left side. It's Trey Turner's turn. And Zimmerman couldn't quite make connections with that one. Trey's got his hands on his hips.
I mean, he's playing hard tonight. Trey Turner is all over the place. The bunt, a couple stolen bases. He's got a scab on his elbow. Now they dive and play. He had to hurry because Rivera can run. If that's an average runner, he probably takes a little more time to make the throw, but he had to spin, pick up the target, and let it rip all in one move. And there was no way Ryan was getting that one. Great effort by Trey Turner. You'd love when guys are playing like that behind you.
They have given Trey Turner an error on the throw.
Well, that's not even close to being that.
Maybe after they get their so-called first hit of the game, they'll change it back.
I mean, if it goes in the camera well and he's on second, that's a hit and an error. But no, that's a hit all the way.
Here's JT Riddle, 0 for 5 in the series, 0 for 3 against Gio. Phillies at Cincinnati tonight. Vince Velasquez against Matt Harvey. 2-1 Phils, top of the 4th. Braves home with the Dodgers, 1-0 LA. Middle of the 2nd. We'll update you a few times as the night goes on.
Yeah, Nats picked up a game last night, 6 back.
Both, yeah. Only 3.5 back of Atlanta. It always helps to chase one team rather than two. What a lot of teams run into late in the season with a wild card. You might be 5 games out of a wild card, but you might have 6 teams in front of you. Taking care of business one day at a time. That's what the guys are trying to do.
Yeah, I talked about it late last night, and I think it's worth repeating. Yeah, you have 2 teams ahead of you that aren't used to being in the position they're in. You know, from a standpoint of, you got guys like Odubel Herrera, Rhys Hoskins, Ozzie Albies, Acuna Jr. There's a lot of young players on those teams that haven't been in pennant races. And when all of a sudden you start getting closer to those teams, they're going to get tight, and they're going to start playing a different brand of baseball when they see the Nats in the rearview mirror if they get close.
2-1, and a ball hit a long way but foul.
Put some big time pressure on them, Carp. They start getting tight, and that's how you catch them. Because it's not just a team chasing you, it's the team that's won 4 to 6 division championships and the team that everybody picked to win again this year. So it's a different dynamic than if you're the Nats on top and say a hot team coming to get you. It's not just a team, it's the team. And I feel like if the Nats can get within striking distance, they get tight, they catch them, and they're playing good baseball going to the playoffs for a change instead of being in neutral for a whole month.
Nats have 7 left with the Braves and 9 left with the Phillies. 2-2. Fastball tight on Riddle.
They check that ball. Skipped it over to first, hit the dirt.
They'll pretend it was a triple in the gap and not check it at all.
If I was hitting, you're checking that ball. Hit the dirt. There's scuff on it.
They had the runner hung up, but he decided to go back, and he is safe. Strikeout of Riddle. Rivera decided to go back, and it looked like the Nats had a big-time shot to double him.
There's a lot of animation after this play, so strike 3. Rivera back to first, and did he get in there? Ooh, looked like he slapped him on the hand, then he took the hand away. What do you got? This will show it, unless Mike Muchlinski was in the way. There you go. What do you got here? Did he slap it on his hand? Oh, his hand just hit the brakes.
Nats will challenge, by the way.
Watch his hand. They just anti-lock brakes, and then he goes over the glove.
Sure looks out, doesn't he?
I don't know why he stopped his hand like that. That was magic. Watch, this is magic. Now you see it. Now you don't. I don't know if there's enough to overturn that.
Second strikeout by Gio.
Yadiel Rivera is a magician playing baseball.
Well, Soto and Taylor are hanging around first base. Bryce is hanging out about 10 feet away. Everybody looking up at the big board. Mike Muchlinski made the call. He's joined by the home plate umpire, Tim Timmons.
They're all pointing at the scoreboard down there first. They got a powwow going around the bag.
It's actually Angel Hernandez, pardon me, on the right, the crew chief.
This is fun. That's a good angle right here. What do you got? He put the glove where he was supposed to.
Yeah.
He just, pure magic trick. Watch the hand. I don't know how I did that. I think he's safe.
Yeah, the hand version of a swim move right there.
Yeah.
Runner is safe. So the Nats lose the challenge. 2 outs, and Rivera still at first base.
And Ryan's, he's looking right at him. They're nose to nose at first. He's talking to Rivera. It's not your fault, Ryan. He's missing a hand.
Sleight of hand at first base. Yeah. Brian Holiday is their backup catcher. Hitting a .181, 19 hits and 105 at bats. Offense not his thing this year, but as FP mentioned earlier, done a good job working with a young staff of gunning down base runners. 14 of 25 before Trey Turner took second and third in the first inning tonight. And for Gio, still a lot of incentive here. Pitcher on deck, trying to get the number 8 hitter to end this inning. That one skips in, and Matt Wieters goes backstop there.
I can't believe Rivera didn't go, because there's no way he'd make an out. He reached on an error, got back to the bag. He should just run, because he's going to be safe.
He could disappear halfway to second base and we wouldn't even know where he is.
That's what I'm saying.
And the fastball in there, 3-1. Couldn't catch up to 91 tailing.
Yeah, I like what Gio's doing tonight. He's really trying to slow everything down, not just his delivery between pitches. He's taking deep breaths. He's not going to let this one get away from him, it appears. He's making the adjustments. See, even this right here is unlike Gio. He's usually thrown it by now.
Ball hit to right center. Bryce Harper has it. A runner stranded after a so-called error. No score.
They're deadly. No scores. We go to the top of the third. The Nats kick off a 10-game homestand with 2 games against the Mets, July 31st and August 1st at Nats Park. So U.S. Marine Corps Day is on the 31st. That's going to be a great one. And then take a long lunch break with a noon start time on the 1st. So visit nationals.com for tickets. Just ask your boss right now, can I have the 1st off? I'm going to the Nats game. That's a piranha. They put a whole cow in there today, and the piranhas ate it right down to the bones in like 4 seconds. It was awesome.
I got to get to the park earlier.
Yeah, BP was fun today.
Wieters, Gio, Turner, top of the third. 30 pitches, 17 strikes for the off-speed artist, Trevor Richards, so far. He has struck out 3 and has a double play grounder. So the Nats have had their leadoff man on twice. Matt Wieters in the series, 1 for 8, couple of RBIs with a walk. Had a hit with the bases loaded here 2 nights ago. Strike call. Tim Timmons will let you know when it's a strike.
That one's in. If you're a home plate umpire, you have to love umping in this ballpark, right? It's just like when you're in your hotel room working on your call. You can hear it just the same.
Off-speed pitch and right to Real Muto. Next up is Gio.
All right, as you enjoy Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in this ball game.
Gio 2 for 33, couple of sacrifice bunts this year. There's his career number with the 3 homers and 16 RBIs. One and two on the outside edge. And a fastball to the inside edge. First time around the order, the Nats go 1 for 8 with a walk.
All right, StatCast AI powered by AWS. Going to show you Trey Turner's monster bunt. See you later. 101-foot bunt, then it's off to the races. I mean, this is leadoff hit. And a bunt single, you steal second, then you take off for third, dove up the middle for a play. Trey Turner is playing hard tonight, and I'd love to watch Trey run.
Added 2 points onto his average with that bunt base hit. How many triples would Trey Turner have if he played 80-some games in this yard? Wow.
100.
The leading triples guy in the league is Ketel Marte of Arizona with 9. I could see a guy having 20 triples playing here. Some can threaten to hit it out of the park, but it's going to be caught at the edge of the track by Rivera. Trey didn't quite get it, and the Nats go 1-2-3 in the third. Hey guys, cheering for the Nats, trying to make it 3 in a row right here.
Dad now, and he's got a bobblehead. So congratulations, Anthony. That is awesome. We can't wait for you to get back here. But on August 3rd, PNC Bank is presenting the Anthony Rendon bobblehead. First 25,000 fans get that. It's got the Script Nationals jersey on it. So get your tickets today at nationals.com. kids are all grown up now. Married, kids, dads, families. It's awesome.
Well, recent success against his hometown team. In his career, 17 starts total. The last 14 have been outstanding. Over 8 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. Keeping it in the yard, quality starts, you name it. Gio's done it. 36 pitches, 20 strikes. First 2 innings. Trevor Richards is 2 for 17 as a big league hitter. A couple of RBIs, a couple of sacrifice bunts. Fastball right in there. So that first time around the order is completed, and Miami goes 0 for 8 with a walk by Brian Anderson.
Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this year.
Miguel Rojas, bouncer to Mark Reynolds first time. Mark's even with the bag at third this time. And Gio, locating well, gets ahead again. And a ball ripped out to right center. Michael A. Taylor takes it off the side of the glove. He kept on going, and he's out. Rojas at second.
Well, that ball took a weird hop, kind of checked up on Michael A., went back towards center field, and he set him up perfectly. Got him right where you want him. You see that last little hop? That was weird, and then stays with it, and don't run on Michael A. Taylor. How about the blind tag going the other way by Trey Turner? The spin move on the tag. Look at that ball check up, and did it hit something out there? Either way, the trick play works nicely by the Nats. He meant to do that.
Marlins having a look. Eight-6 on the throw and the tag, and the bases are empty with 2 outs.
Should they change that other one to a hit now?
Ah, they did, didn't they?
No, I said do they?
Oh, do they? Yeah. It's a good question because, and who knows if it's right or wrong.
Watch the hop on this. It's got some weird rotation. Then see how it just checks up and goes back the other way?
Yeah. Some official scores have this thing about the first hit of the game being a totally clean hit or just a total no-doubter. That Rivera one, we thought was enough to be a base hit, so we'll see if they take the error from Turner. For now, it's still just one Miami hit.
Well, Gio almost threw a no-hitter here, and maybe he was the scorekeeper that night.
It's a good call. Popped him up. Wieters. Yes. He gets an assist and a put out.
That was dangerous by those fish over there, and he was not scared at all. Did that hit the screen? I thought it hit the screen live. Nobody's walking off the field, and I think Don Manley did too. I thought it hit the screen from where I'm sitting. Maybe not.
Stay calm, Matt, and grab the baseball. Inning over.
in a hurry. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers, they donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing.
Pretty good battles so far. Some very interesting things happening on defense, especially for the Nats. 0-1-1 Nationals, 0-1-0 Marlins. Bryce Harper, top of the fourth. Off speed, got him swinging first time. Reds have tied the Phillies 2-2 fourth inning. Tim Timmons turned around to correct the scoreboard.
And the press box heard him.
Bryce Harper to center. Maben going back. It sounded better than it ended up looking. 1 out, top of the fourth.
Yeah, 3-0 green light. Just missed it.
Ryan Zimmerman struck out first time. Juan Soto bounced out to first. They are the next two Nats here in the fourth.
Trey Turner's bunt hit the only knock so far.
Yeah.
You know, when you face a guy like Richards, Carp, if you get anything on any pitch to take away his changeup, you know, maybe his glove moves a little bit, maybe, you know, his hands are a little bit lower, something, because his changeup looks just like his fastball. It's a floater. And Trevor Hoffman had a floater. He's about to go in the Hall of Fame tomorrow. But that's the way Trevor's changeup was. It was like it had a parachute behind it.
And you knew it was coming, right?
You knew it was coming. You could sit on it, and it still never got there. And that Richards has got a floater too.
2-1. Ryan a little late for the 92 heater.
And that changeup's making his fastball play up for the 92 you're seeing on the screen. So
had him reaching. That's right off the end of Ryan's bat. Richards throws him out. 2 down here in the fourth. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons league leaders. So on base percentage plus slugging equals OPS. Juan Soto started the night at 1.005. He made an out, so he's at a mere 999. So of guys who have 200 at bats, and Juan newly into that group, he's doing an amazing job as a rookie. Nolan Arenado, by the way, hit his 26th home run last night to take the league lead in long balls. Just one ahead of Harper, Aguiar, and Matt Carpenter. And wonders of all wonders, Trey Turner's error has been taken away, and Rivera has a base hit.
I left it blank. Pro move. I don't need white out. You do. 1-0.
It's amazing how much I've taught you about scoring.
Yep.
And the 0-2.
And everybody for that matter. We should do another tutorial this year toward the end of the season again, where you show people how to keep score.
Trey did not deserve that. Now everybody's happy. Fielder gets an error taken away, and the batter gets a knock. He couldn't be more pleased. I'd love to see his jaw drop on another Soto homer like it did the other night. We had a shot of him just agape when Soto hit one to the upper deck, and Juan had to lean back and hope that thing hit the bat, and it did.
We get the knob. Oh no, it got right on the handle.
It's like a couple thousand more here tonight than we've had on the Thursday and Friday games. They'll have a massive crowd tomorrow, they think, with that big bobblehead giveaway. 2-2. Can't believe they're giving away pit bulls at the ballpark. That's a little scary.
A pit bull bobblehead tomorrow. Got one yesterday. I think it's awesome.
2-2. Elevated, and Juan tried to get over the top of it.
I'll tell you what, I Instagrammed a picture of that bobblehead yesterday. I've never got more response. Everybody wants one.
Well, good fare still available for tomorrow's game here in Miami. Hop on the plane and join us.
I heard he's not even coming to the game. He better show up. It's his bobblehead.
He should do the anthem. Soto up the middle for a base hit. Another great at bat. Is behind in the count, got it back even, and that OPS will go up a couple more points now, back over 1.000.
Yeah, 6 of his 13 homers with 2 strikes, and now another base hit with 2 strikes, and all the people that said he can't hit with 2 strikes on Twitter, that's why you're on Twitter. Another knock for Juan Soto with 2 strikes.
Has anything more untrue ever been posted? Who could possibly say he can't hit with 2 strikes?
He is so fun to watch, I'm telling you what. I mean, he'd be fun to watch if he was 29, but he's 19.
And then we hear what a great debut game Victor Robles had last night in his return to Syracuse after his time in Florida, rehabbing the injury, getting some rookie league level playing time, and now at AAA, and we wish him the best in his quest to get to the big leagues. Oh, sounds like we had a balk. Did he not come set? Soto's going to second.
If they call the balk call early enough, as a hitter, you can swing and you can put the ball in play. And if it's a hit, you take it. If it's not, you do it over. That was a late call by Tim Timmons on the balk. Murph didn't have a chance to swing here. Watch how late it is.
So a runner to scoring position in a 0-0 game is a huge 90 feet. With Murphy sitting in there and a hitter's count of 2-0.
That's why if they call the balk early enough, swing. Swing as hard as you can in case you hit it. And if you fly out to left, you say, no, we're taking the balk, and you go back in the box and you're still hitting. If you hit it over the fence, you take it. It's like a penalty in football. Either accept it or decline it.
Wow.
Always swing. It's hard to do as a hitter when you hear a balk, because you'd never hear a noise like that. But if you can fire off a swing when you hear the umpire call it, do it every time. That was too late. Murph had no chance.
Foul ball,
Pick off.
2-2.
Had a pickoff play on there. Riddle was sneaking in and Holiday was throwing.
Murphy just leveling off to stay alive.
The finish right there for Murph was classic.
Walked his first time. Erased on the 4-3 double play off the bat of Michael A. later in the second inning. Daniel Murphy's been on base in this series 6 times, 2 walks, 4 hits. And he didn't start one of the games. There's that changeup. It is nasty. Strikeout number 5. So, Trey Turner and the Nets back to the field.
Well, every time Trey Turner gets an error change to a hit, his grandfather celebrates by eating a hot dog like he's going to the electric chair.
To pass along on Steven Strasburg, who during a lengthy conversation with reporters earlier today was very upbeat, revealed that his current neck issue is something that he's actually dealt with since spring training. He tried to pitch through it and treat it with medication. Thinks it slowly caused his recent shoulder problem and then became more of an issue following his start in Milwaukee. As I mentioned last night, Strasburg got a shot to address the nerve issue in his neck. Said today he came out of that injection feeling much, much better immediately after getting it, really. Very upbeat, as I said, hopeful that he'll be able to start throwing in a couple days and be back pitching soon. And guys, he made sure to mention that the highlight of his career to this point was pitching in the postseason last year. He's going to tell his kids, his grandkids about it, he said, and he is really fired up to be back with the team to get a chance to hopefully pitch this Nationals club back into October and more postseason games.
Love hearing that, Dan. Thanks. On a couple of fronts. The fact that Steven's feeling better and the fact that he wants October. Love to hear that. Ball 1 to JT Realmuto in the bottom of the 4th is underway. Ball 2. Gio threw 3 innings, 44 pitches, 27 strikes. Realmuto really hit it hard first time. Soto to his left to grab it. Ball 3. Walked him on 4. Gio's second walk tonight.
All right, Nats Pass, you get 10 Nats games, whatever you want, for just $65 per month. Look at all the ball clubs coming to Nats Park in the month of August. So Nats Pass available exclusively through MLB Ballpark app. Download that today and start enjoying unlimited Nats baseball in the month of August. Some good teams coming up, some big games coming up, and they're all going to be there. He's buying his Nats Pass right now.
Castro struck out swinging first time.
Good chip.
Matt Wieters, yeah. Gio not finishing. Ball staying over toward that outside part.
Yeah, at times you can go quick for Gio, and Matt Wieters with a little band-aid right there, just saying, hey, you're fine. Give me a ground ball right here. Let's turn 2.
Six in a row missing.
Arms dropping a little bit.
Yeah, I heard Don Mattingly on their pregame show saying, as a lot of skippers do when they face Gio, we got to make him be in the strike zone. We can't help him out. And he's back in there with a heater.
Scoreboard operator scuffling.
Yeah, 2-1. We had it right. Out of play, right side. It's back even at 2. Tonight's Gio's 296th career start. Looking for win number 124. And trying to get his 18 record back even at 7-7.
You want the out here because you feel like Don Mattingly's definitely going to start Real Muto with the 3-2 count. So this is a big pitch. No score, bottom of the 4th. You want the ground ball or the out right here. Don't give him a chance to start the runner.
Time requested and given.
I like the pace. I mean, we like when Gio gets it and goes and the tempo, but sometimes with that tempo it goes fast, then it goes faster, then it goes fastest, and then it goes so fast that he kind of loses command of the ball game. You know, when you're a pitcher, it's your day. You're the king on the mound, and you control the pace. And right now, he's doing a nice job of being relaxed, calm, maybe taking longer than he normally does, but that's okay. This one doesn't feel like it has a chance to get away from him.
Right.
Just by the way he's presenting himself and slowing everything down on the mound.
That was close. Castro was in reverse, leaving the batter's box. Pretty good contact guy in there. He's one of the leading hit guys in the league, as we mentioned, but Castro has struck out 85 times.
I feel like Real Muto's going here. We'll see. Bigger lead.
Yeah, it is.
Nope.
2 walks to start the 4th. Cameron Maben is next. Hit a hot shot to the left side first time up, and Mark Reynolds took a hit away. So Gio, 2 hits, 3 walks so far. Michael A. Taylor is going to shift a bit over toward right center. Bryce Harper, the shallowest of the 3 outfielders. Soto, pretty deep out and left. First pitch breaking ball, might have been high.
That's close to a balk right there. Did you see that? He was teetering before he threw that pitch. He was looking back at second base. He had a little lean going, and then he started his motion after the lean.
Two and one.
Deep breath. Go to work.
And then Wieters fields that one on a hop.
And stopped by Matt, keeping the double play in order. Let's go, he tells himself, and all of a sudden he's not finishing. Kind of cutting it off at the end.
Inside, and 3 walks have loaded the bases. Derek Lilliquist with a second mound visit this inning. Wieters was out there earlier.
Seems like he's okay, just trying to take that whole meeting in. Does he go to the windup here, or does he stay in the stretch? Whatever he's most comfortable with would be best.
The batter is Yadiel Rivera, who hit that hard ball up the middle, on which Trey Turner made a fantastic glove play first time, and then came up short on the throw, ruled an error, then changed to a hit.
That's a good pitch, but when you're not around the zone, you don't get the close calls.
Marlins haven't led since the 6th inning Thursday night. Big time rip by Rivera. Real Muto on 4 pitches, then Castro and Maben walking behind him. Ball 2. This one in the air to right for Bryce Harper. Toward the line, foul ball. He's going to gun one home on a hop. Too late. Real Muto scores. Castro to third. 1-0 Miami.
Yeah, good base running by Castro to get to third base here. Bryce threw it to the right place. Just Real Muto's too fast. One hop strike to Matt Wieters. The speed of JT beats it. And Starlin Castro advances to third base with just one out and gives the Marlins another scoring opportunity without a base hit.
JT Riddle, the next batter. Mark Reynolds, his toes to the grass on the third base side. Turner, the deepest of the infielders. Murphy on the pull side. Medium depth. Nats open for a grounder right at somebody here. Riddle is a fast base runner.
Whoa. Another foul ball off the body. How many times have we seen that this year? I feel like more than any other year. Guys fouling the ball off their thigh, their knee, their back knee.
Wow. That thing was really boring in on him as he started that swing. He got jammed. Turner after it. He's going to make the catch. Castro was down the line at third and had to retreat, and a big second out.
Well, now you got a choice here with first and third, 2 outs. You got a chance to wiggle out of this. You automatically walk Holiday, but you can be careful with Richards on deck. Nobody up in the Marlins bullpen. He's pitching well. They're not going to pinch hit for him, so choose your poison here. You have confidence in your command with the bases loaded, which, well, seems like he's getting back in the strike zone here. Try to wiggle it out this with just one run. Damage control big time.
Fly ball to right off the bat of Holiday first time. Fastball, and it's hit to left, and Soto is tracking it. Gio, outstanding damage control. Bases loaded, nobody out. Sac fly makes it 1-0. And the fourth inning of Nationals baseball was brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
Verizon Expo show you some close plays around the bag. Look at Trey's helmet in his eyes, the oven mitt getting in there. Yadiel Rivera getting back to the bag. Zim stretching as far as he can. And then Matt Wieters doing a nice job on the Willie Mays basket catch twice. While piranhas are nipping at his ankles. 100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Visit getfios.com. The only thing that would have been better is if they had Trey's grandfather eating that hot dog in Exmo. That would have been awesome.
I, for one, enjoyed that. Nice to see somebody else making a mess with a dog at the ballpark.
That was a fully loaded dog, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Chicago style, what he was doing. Fastball in there. Reynolds, who struck out looking first time. One.
It's been a while since he's tatered.
See what you're doing here.
Just saying.
Out ahead of that 83. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another one. The rookie has struck out Reynolds twice and 6 on the night.
All right, Peanuts are back in Woodbridge to celebrate the Sandlot on Saturday, August 4th. All right, that's cool. With a bobblehead giveaway of the character Squints. And the actor who played Squints, I can't say his name, but he'll be there. So go to the website, go to the ball game, support your Peanuts. They are good.
Michael A. Taylor, 4-3 double play ball first time. He hit it pretty hard up the middle. Castro, the second baseman, stationed where he is now on the left side, had to pick it up, make about a 15-foot run to the bag, and then go airborne on the throw to get the double play. Off speed, strikeout number 7, 3 in a row.
Changeup's deadly, man. I'm telling you. It's just floating in there. It's same release point, same arm speed as his heater. And it's just a parachute changeup. Watch this. It just doesn't get there. 84.
So Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast. Wieters ground ball over to Real Muto at first base, first time up. Trying to turn a lineup over here in the 5th.
Sometimes it just takes one guy to sit on one and hit it hard, and then you rattle his confidence in that pitch, and he's flustered.
Two and one. And Wieters started the night at 200. That's going to have a little run back on the inside edge, evening things up.
Maybe he sat on a changeup there and got the fastball.
Tough to do with 2 strikes, isn't it?
Yeah, Santa Claus is here. Saw him earlier today. There he is. He's trying to fatten himself up for December. Look a little skinny right now. You sit on a throne of lies. That's not the real Santa.
Change up comes back for the called third strike. Richard strikes out the side. Each pitcher will lead off the next time their teams come up. Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
South Beach, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Thank you, Yogi. 1-2-0 Fish, 0-2-0 Nats. Still early over there. Max Scherzer, 8 brilliant innings last night. 1 unearned run on 3 hits. A walk, 11 Ks, and win number 14.
The fastball was jumping for Max last night. You figured the batteries would be recharged after all the All-Star festivities and a start after the break. Slider was sharp. The cutter was nasty. I mean, he had it all going on last night. He had no-hit stuff. He had the A stuff going against the Fish last night. Gave up just 1 knock. Struck out 11, and then 200 strikeouts for the 7th straight year for Max Scherzer. He got the ball. He was happy. He finished on a strikeout. And there's the list that he joined last night.
Tom, terrific. 2 ahead of the great Scherzer, Clemens, and Big Train. Yeah, that strikeout of Justin Bour, the last batter he faced. Sammy Solis came on for a 1-2-3 ninth, and that was that. Trevor Richards leads off here in the 5th.
It's a good 34th birthday. It was a happy birthday to me start.
And many more. 0-2. Fastball blown by the opposing pitcher, and for Gio, his 4th K of the night.
Give Gio a lot of credit last inning. He slowed everything down. It didn't get away from him. So maybe the new deliberate windup, the staying set a little bit longer, and everything going slower for Gio here tonight. That was nice damage control. Just a sac fly. Good trip by Derek Lilliquist.
Top of the order, Rojas has hit the ball well twice. Robbed of a hit by Reynolds, then a single to right center back in the 3rd when the ball took a funny hop on Michael A. Taylor, hit off his glove. He went for second. Taylor gunned him out. So Gio, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, but only 2 hits. 1 hop for Trey Turner. With more on Gio, here's Dan.
Bob, talking with Gio the other day after Tommy Milone was called up to join the big league club, he noted that 3 of the 4 prospects that the Nationals gave up in December of 2011 to Oakland to get Gio Gonzalez over here to DC have now played with Gio, either in spring training or up here in the regular season. AJ Cole, Derek Norris, and now Tommy Milone. The only one that he has not played with, Brad Peacock, who has bounced around a little bit since heading to Oakland. Gio had a good line for me on that front. He said, in time, the pieces always find their way back together. Cool little thing there.
Yeah, Brad Peacock, a main cog out of the bullpen last year for the world champion Astros. Brian Anderson, a walk and a foul out, back to the screen when Matt Wieters caught it near the screen with the catcher's mitt and the bare hand after it popped out, ending the 3rd inning. So here we are 2 innings later. Now the 1-2. Nothing changing on the scoreboards in Cincinnati, where the Phillies are tied, and Atlanta, where the Dodgers lead by 1. And former Brave Alex Wood has stymied the Braves in that one so far tonight.
Stymied, good word.
Second and the 4th, long innings. Trying to get his first 1-2-3 here. He faced 3 batters in the 3rd, but there was a Rojas hit in there. Full count. Diving stab by Mark Reynolds to his right. The hot corner has been just that in this game.
I mean, on his toes, ready for action. Mark Reynolds with his 2nd web gem here tonight. All out, what a play. not this close. How about from center field? The changeup has been filthy tonight. Just kind of disappearing, floating it in there, looking exactly like the heater. It's baffled hitters all night long. You kind of get the idea why by watching the highlights. 8 strikeouts for Richards so far, just 1 walk, 5 shutout innings. He's thrown 77 pitches, 47 of those for strikes. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 50% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Gio leads off, top of the 6th. Strike call. He looked that one all the way in like he was Derek Jeter. 1-1. Target away. Stays out there.
Yeah, Richards threw 6 shutout against the Phillies on July 14th. Just 4 hits, and he threw 6 2/3 a 1-run ball last start against Tampa.
And Gio with a high fly ball. Foul ground, right field way. And none of the Marlins got to the barrier to reach in where that guy missed the catch. So the Nats have a base hit, a bunt hit by Trey Turner to lead off the game, and then their only other hit, the clean Soto single up the middle in the 4th on a 2-2 pitch. Other base runner, Murphy, a walk in the 2nd, erased on a double play. Gio pulls it. Rojas had to back up a little bit. First out, 6th inning.
Big at bat here for Trevor Richards and the Marlins with Trey Turner hitting. A couple of stolen bases already tonight. How big is that first inning all of a sudden with Trey on 3rd and 1 out?
So if you throw him a fastball in the first one, you might be in trouble. Trey got a breaking ball, tries to drop it out there, and he does. Ball trapped by Rivera. And Trey Turner, all systems go. 2 of the 3 Nats hits.
Lucky he trapped it, or this would have been 2, maybe 3 bases. Watch the route. The circuitous route by Rivera, kind of rounded into that, maybe fooled by it was off the end of the bat, and then quite frankly gets lucky right there by flagging that ball down. If it gets by him, Trey's still running.
Bryce Harper, a swinging strikeout and a fly ball to center. And he's a hot first pitch hitter if you make a mistake. So Trey's updated total, 24 steals in 31 attempts. Michael A is 24 for 29. The league leader, Starling Marte of the Pirates, has 25. Just touching 12 feet. Adam Conley, who has had all kinds of problems pitching to the Nats, is up. Maybe with Soto in mind. Right-handed Zimmerman next.
Sped up his delivery and missed. Trey Turner effect. This is where it helps if you get in your lead and peak and you see a bunch of fingers wiggling from the catcher and you know a changeup is coming. That's the one you want to run on. That one that just floats in there, gives you extra step and a half. He's working over there, trying to get a jump. He's letting Bryce hit here.
2-1 count.
Bryce is frustrated. That's the pitch he was looking for in the zone he was looking for it in. You could tell the body language. He can't believe he fouled that off.
Count went to 2 strikes. Nobody anywhere near third base now on the infield.
Well, decision time for Davey. Do you start Trey Turner here? And I think if you do, it's got to be a straight steal. Meaning if Bryce doesn't make contact, you have to make it in a 1-0 game.
And with Trey holding, Bryce Harper will take the walk. Good at bat. 2 on, 1 out. Zimmerman next. Second walk by Richards tonight. And this could be his last batter.
It's been changeups and fastballs away to Ryan so far here tonight from Richards. Last time tapped it back to the mound, a fastball away, and danger lurking in the on-deck circle.
Reds have picked up a couple. They lead the Phillies 4-2. Bottom of the 6th at Cincinnati. That's your 6th back of the first place team.
Ooh, that's a dangerous changeup right there. Belt high, middle in. Watch the location of this one. These have a tendency to go real far.
Call the ball, Nissan pitch cast. Zimmerman hammers one to third. To the bag, Rojas. To the other bag for the 5-3 double play. The Nats have stranded their third runner. Second twin killing of the night for Trevor Richards.
How about Mark Reynolds playing some sweet third base tonight? The running play right there, Ryan Zimmerman helping him out. Then this play, a little spin move action, flick it over to first, and then dive, and then roll. So a couple tough chances last night. Mark Reynolds picking it over there tonight. Nicely done.
Gio has retired 6 in a row since he loaded the bases on walks in the 4th. Rivera's sac fly, the first of those 6, and then very solid since. Pitch number 85 coming to start the bottom of the 6th. Busted bat, 1 hop. Trey Turner. Marlins box. Hits in consecutive innings. The Rivera base hit in the 2nd. The Rojas single in the 3rd, but they didn't get a hit during the inning in which they scored, thanks to the walks. So Gio keeping this thing close. Castro, a strikeout and a base on balls.
Ha! Is that a strike?
Really dropping that one late. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Curveball down. He got Castro with a fastball up first time. Does he climb the ladder here? He tries to pop one up around his eyes.
Pretty good battle between the 32-year-old veteran and the 25-year-old rookie. 2-2 with 1 out. Reynolds again. No chance for a throw. Ball hit fair. He tumbled into foul ground, but he did keep it from being 2 bags.
Yeah. Double play in order. Mark Reynolds all over the joint tonight. We just showed you the highlight reel. Add this one to it. Saves extra bases. Playing hard. Landing hard. Castro got the fastball right off the label, and Reynolds able to keep it in the infield. Nice play.
Here's Maben. Robbed of a hit by Reynolds, and he has a base on balls. Not at all interested in the 1-0 fastball.
I think he lulled him to sleep. I mean, he's doing the Max Scherzer pause in the stretch, and I think Maben just said, "Are you going to throw it?" And then stepped out and he threw it, or stood up at least.
Working that breaking ball now. By the way, the Dodgers have picked up 2. 3-0 at Atlanta.
Curveball.
They're in the top of the 6th there. And your point from earlier, hard to catch up with 90 after you've seen the stuff at mid-70s. Long hold. Curve stays outside. And with the runner on the move, this one fouled back to the right.
A late jump by Castro. He made sure Gio went to the plate. So if Maben swings and misses, Wieters has a chance.
Phone has gone off in the Nats bullpen. Lefty Conley still throwing in the Marlins pen with Soto and Murphy, the first two up in the seventh. And a high chopper to third. Reynolds looks to Murphy, tries to turn it, and beating it out, Maben. 2 down.
But that jump we were talking about allowed Reynolds to get the force out at second. Castro had the hole before he ran on the pitch, and that allowed Mark Reynolds to throw it quickly to Murph to get the lead runner.
That'll leave it up to Rivera, who has singled and then hit their only run in with that foul sacrifice fly to Bryce. Right field line, first time up, second time up. Maben is their leading base stealer. He's 8 out of 13. Marlins only have 29 on the year. Grayson Miller.
You want it to be Grayson Kelly, didn't you?
I might have left out the end.
Grace Kelly.
That's a great breaking ball there, just diving into the dirt.
Now, this wasn't the get me over 0-0. This was, I knew he swinging at a first pitch. 2-strike curveball. Fastball up. What they want.
On a pitch away, it's well hit but foul. I think with about 345 or 50 feet of carry to it. It's allowed, second strike. So Gio arrives at 100 pitches with 2 outs in the 6th. Gio this year, as you see the averages where he is tonight. He's trying to go 6 innings for the 9th time this year. He's gone beyond that, 7 innings 4 times. And this ball hammered out to left center. Soto is cruising to it and looking pretty relaxed as he makes the grab out there in that deep gap. He leads off, Murphy to follow. Quite a ball game for the pitchers. 1-0.
Check it out. Teenage records. We're not talking about Elvis. We're talking about Juan Soto, the extra base hits record. Homers in 3 straight games. They didn't even invent teenagers yet in 1898.
Everybody looked old.
5 RBI games, 13 ever. 2 multi-tater games, the 4th teen ever. What is next for number 22?
Well, we know part of it's a left-handed pitcher in Adam Conley. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. The Marlins bullpen this year, and the Nats have a lot to do with this, have a 7.33 ERA against the National League East. And Conley's problems against the Nats have been well documented. He gets a couple of lefties here in Soto and Murphy before Reynolds.
Yeah, 8.27 ERA against the Nats, and this could be a case of anybody but Trevor Richards, who was outstanding with the changeup here tonight.
He was dealing. 3-hitter, no runs through 6. Walked 2, struck out 8. Committed a balk, it didn't hurt him. Strike 1 to Soto. Base hit. Just to the left of center last time up. So in the series, he is 6 for 10. 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 2 walks. Conley, lots of arms and legs flapping at you, and he missed away 1-1. Right side. Handled by Castro, 1 out.
All right, manage your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats and roster updates. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone.
Murphy to the right side. Castro behind that. So it's Reynolds against Conley. Mark gets the Saturday night Gold Glove for his work at third base tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm picking it.
They gave one out every day. He'd be today's winner. We don't need to see the 14 other games going on in baseball today. Actually 15. The Royals and Yankees had to play a doubleheader. But he's been outstanding, looking for his first knock. Two and 0. Brandon Kinsler, bottom 3 due up for the Fish. Gio at 102 pitches, 60 strikes through 6 hard-fought innings. He could not check, and it's strike 1.
Yeah, with Cincy beating Philly and the Dodgers beating the Braves, the Nats don't want this to be another day off the calendar.
Right.
He had a chance to get this to 5, and trying to figure out a way to push a couple across here with it getting real late.
3-2 now.
And that's the danger with waiting around so long with 2 months left. If you have a push where you win, they win, you lose, they lose, it's a day off the calendar. It's a day off the schedule.
Close, and Reynolds will draw the 2-out walk. Mark was convinced. He was on his way out of the box, and Taylor is next.
Little low.
Yep.
Double switch. You can hear Don Mattingly say it.
So Conley will get 2 of his 3 hitters. Give up a walk. But he is responsible for the runner aboard. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube, for value and convenience, jiffylubedc.com. They're going to change the oil right here and bring in a right-hander, sidewinder, Brad Ziegler. Michael Lay on his way in. Runner at first, 2 outs. First of all, the 38-year-old right-hander Brad Ziegler, 52nd appearance of the year.
Sidearm fastball, 84 miles an hour. Pick up the release point, go to work. Look for it around the belt, because if it starts at the knees or mid-thigh, it's going down.
Relies on contact outs. Taylor goes the other way, and right at the bag, Real Muto, and this inning is over on one pitch by Ziegler. Time to stretch, 1-0 Miami. Nationals, former Vanderbilt Commodore, 19 and 52, 53 runs. Draft pick from 3 years ago out of one of the best baseball programs in America. Looking good. Gio is still pitching. That was number 103, Riddle, Holiday, and Sierra. 7, 8, 9, bottom 7. Riddle has struck out and popped up to short. And Riddle can move. As we said earlier tonight, that's why Reynolds is on the grass at third.
Just woke up a fish.
Drew Steckenrider. Nats have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. So with the right-hander coming in, your first thought goes to Adam Eaton, maybe Matt Adams. It's getting late here in Miami. And this one to left. Soto on the run. He's made a whole bunch of real estate covering catches from the gap to the line tonight.
There, you read this one tonight. I read it last night.
Join the Nats and us seniors to stroll the bases Sunday, August 5th, Nats Reds 1:35, and after the game, it's brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. For the purchase of a special ticket, fans 60 and over get to go around the bases. And by request, grandchildren with special tickets can join. That's a great idea. What a nice way to finish up a Sunday afternoon. Brian Holiday, the catcher. 2 fly balls, 1 to right, 1 to left. So Gio, a chance to get through 7 for the 5th time this year, and then hope his teammates can get him in line for a W. Some work left here in the 7th. And he'll pop up. The Miami catcher to Turner. Next up is Magnuri's Sierra, rookie who just came in on the double switch. Started the first 2 games of this series, and in 3 big league games, he's 1 for 10 with 6 strikeouts.
How about the slower paced, relaxed Gio Gonzalez here tonight? 1 run on 3 hits, 6 2/3.
Yeah. Last time Gio went 7 was June 2nd at Atlanta in a 5-3 win. He had an interesting stretch there. That was the 3rd of 3 consecutive games. At home against San Diego, at Baltimore, and then at Atlanta when he went 7 each time. Beautiful curveball. 1 and 2.
Give it a finish right here.
Last second swing, because that was coming back to be a strike. Very well done by Gio tonight. Now his teammates try to make him feel really at home with a couple of runs. back in May. And Jeremy Hellickson will face him tomorrow in the finale of this 4-game series. Jeremy coming off a solid outing in Milwaukee, and you know what he's good for, 5 or 6, and you're going to be in the game. Matt Adams, Michael A. Taylor, a couple of 2-run shots here on Friday, May 25th, when Max Scherzer was the winner that night. Urania didn't get the loss. The bullpen did, but that's tomorrow's matchup. And leading off the inning here, the Nats will go all out with their lefties. Against Drew Steckenrider, it'll be Eaton and then Adams.
Well, that's the guy you want leading off the top of the 8th in a 1-0 game if you're Davey Martinez. He is firing his bullets right now. Matt Adams on deck.
4 walks, a base hit, on base 5 times in this series. Not biting on the fastball elevate.
I'll be taking all the way right here, you'd think. I go to work.
Two, 1, and he couldn't reach it. So Kinsler now throwing that pitch. Ryan Madsen out there. Close enough.
So under control tonight, so relaxed. Did a nice job of getting out of that bases loaded jam with nobody out. Just a sac fly, the difference in this ball game right now.
Three and 2. Walks as good as a hit for the Nats right here. Any way to get Adam Eaton on for the big fella next. On a pitch up, he gets Adam to pop it up out to left. High riding fastball, 1 out.
All right, for every Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. The Nats have drawn 385 walks for a total of $19,250. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Matt Adams is 5 for 20 as a pinch hitter this year with 4 batted in. Overall, 16 and 43 the power numbers. And Steckenrider steals a strike with a breaking ball that got the inside edge.
Fastball slider, he'll cut the fastball. He's got a changeup to go with it. The cutter in the upper 80s, the fastball average is 95. The active leader in home runs and RBIs as a pinch hitter. It'd be silly to challenge him anywhere middle in right here.
With that in mind, good pitch. Matt didn't like it, the call, but he went to the outer half.
Strike?
The outer half and then some.
Now it's 1 and 2, and not one of those balls is in the box. Might have got away with one right there. The only reason Matt fouled that off is he's in battle mode with 2 strikes, but that was a juicy heater. mean, the reason those numbers are what they are for Matt, his approach is so simple. It's low maintenance. So he can go up there in one at-bat and deliver where he doesn't have 14 moving parts that need to be in sync. He's super quiet, super simple, and
off the glove of the pitcher, but it makes it through. 2 down here in the 8th. That was Miguel Rojas on the 1-5-3. Pardon me, 1-6-3, Riddle.
see if Trey can get on for Bryce. No more lefties in the Marlins bullpen. Bryce is facing a righty.
Yeah, Conley's all they have. And a pretty good heater to the inner half on Trey, who's 2 for 3 tonight. Steckenrider trying to bridge it to the 9th for Kyle Fairclough.
Give it a whirl, why not? Hit the flamingo last night.
Three and two.
Big pitch coming. 25 homers on deck.
Threw him a strike and Trey out ahead.
He wants Bryce to hit this inning. He wants Bryce to hit this inning.
Yeah. 1-0 Miami, and another payoff pitch. Turner pops it up. Left side Rojas. Takes the foul ball. The Nats have been shut out through 8 on 3 hits tonight. 2 steals in the first inning. He would later get a hit. So yeah, has a 2-for-4 night, but the Nats haven't been able to chase him home. Great work by their 25-year-old rookie Richards, and great work by our 32-year-old veteran Gio. 7 good innings.
And just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. Gio Gonzalez was spectacular here tonight. We told you his numbers against the Marlins career, 10-3 with a 1.93 and 17 career starts. So that ERA is definitely going down against the Fish. He got out of a big-time bases loaded, nobody out jam in the 4th. A big hug from the skipper. And a real nice night for Gio Gonzalez, who was poised and focused, it seemed like, all night long. Here comes Brandon Kintzler for his 45th appearance of the year.
33-year-old veteran has been quite busy. In fact, he has a birthday coming up in 4 days. 42 innings, 38 hits, 31 strikeouts. Spencer Kieboom, batting 9th, takes over behind the plate. Miguel Rojas dropping one into center on the first pitch, bottom 8. Six stolen bases in 7 attempts. And then Brian Anderson 0 for 2 with a walk. Bunch it straight down and foul it is. Their closer, Kyle Bearclaw, getting hot for the 9th.
Brandon can keep it right here. That's a big boy save for Bearclaw. He's going through the heart of the order.
Yeah, how about the leadoff guy matchup? Harper, Zimmerman, Soto. And that will require a new bat.
Yeah, that bat was fractured. Some pine tar. It's a Manny Mota stick. He invented that. There it is. How much money do you think Manny Mota made from that? Is he like a bazillionaire?
I don't know. I mean, one of those lasts a pretty long time, it appears to me.
Well, that's not good for Manny.
I know.
He wants you to go through those quick.
He wants you to use them before the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. Trey Turner is on his way to the bag. Murphy's going to turn it. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play to clear the bases with 2 outs.
It's time for your Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. This is all the runs tonight. A short slack fly to right field. And that scored JT Realmuto. Yadiel Rivera with the difference in this one so far.
JT Realmuto 0 for 2, a walk, and that run scored. Good tail on the sinking fastball for a strike.
Yeah, well, that sac fly, Bryce did all he could to get there. That's one it's hard to get behind to get your momentum going toward home, because you had to fly toward the line just to catch it and then right yourself and then throw it. He made a good throw.
Opposite field hit. And JT Realmuto has 5 hits in this series with a walk in 11 at bats. Guy's a tough out, man.
He can hit. He lined out to left his first time up, walked his second, now base hit in the 8th. So 1 for 3, fastball away, let it get deep, drive it that way. It's a pretty swing. He can play.
Castro, base hit last time on the ball hit over to Mark Reynolds. Walk previously, he's 1 for 2. So Kinsler has some work left. One of the leading hit gatherers in the league in the batter's box. And that ball skipped into the mitt of Spencer Kieboom. (6-2) Cincinnati now, bottom of the 8th. Braves have picked up a run. They still trail the Dodgers 3-1, 7th inning in Atlanta. And the Nats have their guns lined up for the 9th inning, but they want the score to be 1-0. Way outside, easy take for Castro. 3-1. Two on, 2 out. There have been 2 hits and a walk in the inning. Double play, huge. And now it's Cameron Maybin.
Probably be his last hitter. Justin Bour jumping in the on-deck circle. I think this is just a trip to make sure that Matt Grace is loose. I think I see him throwing down there.
Yeah, he was up earlier tonight. So the Virginian on deck in a 1-0 game here, 8th inning. There's Matt. Won't take him long to get ready again. Realmuto, the opposite field, 2-out hit, and then Castro the walk. A game in the standings hanging in the balance here. Late innings. Phillies trailing by 4, Braves down by 2, Nats down by 1. So there's opportunity out there, but it'll take an out here in a big 9th. 1-1. Maybe it gets jammed. Ryan Zimmerman way off the bag. Close. Out on a very good feed. And a good thing because Real Muto was already beyond third base. Defense has been good. How good can Bryce be? Zimmerman to follow. And then Soto, top of the ninth. 1-run game straight ahead. Brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. Same ocean, just a couple hundred, a lot of 100 miles apart. Beautiful night in Miami. How good looking might it be for the Nats? We'll find out shortly. We have, to say the least, a power matchup here with Harper facing Kyle Bearclaw.
Let's see the numbers. 48th appearance, 51 strikeouts in 45 innings. So a 153 average against lefties and righties. Exactly the same against the fastball slider change combo. Fastball 94 miles an hour on average. Check out the last 3 outings though down in the right corner. All right, change seats, do something different, move around a little bit. Nats trying to snatch one right here.
Harper 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. He went with the hook and almost bounced it in. Limited exposure, but great success for Bryce. Both hits homers. That ball was tipped. Strike one.
I've never seen Bryce swing through so many fastballs as he has this year. Hit him.
Bryce is going to first base, it appears. Does not at all feel good, and the tying run gets on base in that fashion.
All right, in a painful way, game on. Slider, top of the back foot, tying run aboard. And watch him at first. Looks like he's okay. Easy for me to say, though.
Ryan Zimmerman is next. Soto has just arrived at the on-deck circle. He's going to walk beyond it and get almost right behind the hitter, the catcher, and the umpire.
Ooh. Tried to ambush him, got a good pitch, and fouled it straight back. I like the game plan. I like the idea. Bryce is going to be looking for one of those sliders in the dirt. Bearclaw hasn't been near with two of them. Bounced them both, one off his foot and one in the dirt.
That fastball running inside. 1-1.
Driver's seat, here you go. Get you a good one, let her rip.
And he misses. 3-1.
Uh-oh.
Danger lurking big time. Throw him a strike, and it's a base hit for Zimmerman. Harper stopping at second, and now the lead runs aboard. Great timing for Ryan's second hit of the series.
A 3-1 fastball down. Zim knuckles it right back up the middle. And if you change seats, now you're in the same seat. Don't move. First and second, nobody out for the kid. Here we go.
Matt Reynolds will run for Ryan Zimmerman.
Nice at bat. Line moving. And Juan Soto goes on the DL because of a home plate umpire. In case you missed it, you weren't looking, watch this. Substitution. Boop.
Soto 1 for 3 tonight.
He had to be doing that on his own, right?
I don't think anybody would call that one, right?
I mean, home runs in 3 straight games. I'm sure Davey would love for him to hit a blue seat. Teenagers never homered in 4 straight games, ever.
Bouncer right side foul. Wouldn't we love to see Kelvin Herrera pitching a half inning from now? You figure Madsen if the Nats tie it, Herrera if they take the lead. And that one really rocked Brian Holiday. Into the 10 o'clock hour and lots of drama suddenly here in Miami. Nats shut down for 8 innings, but they have back-to-back base runners on for only the second time tonight. Harper hit by a pitch, Zimmerman base hit, Matt Reynolds running for him.
strike stance.
It's really spread out. Breaking ball, fly ball, left field, long way for Maben. And he might have gone into a slide a little early. He was approaching the barrier and he couldn't put it away.
New life. Good effort by Maben. Bryce Harper was smart. He tagged up on this and he was going to third if Maben caught this. Matt Reynolds was tagging up on first too. That would have been second and third, one out. But either way, Juan Soto's still hitting, and that's a good thing for the Nats.
So Kyle Bearclaw has fallen behind consistently in this ninth inning. He'll guide it to the right side. They have a play at second, but none anywhere else. Harper rounded the bag, and then Bryce got himself right back there in a hurry. 4-6, one out.
Well, good hustle by Juan to get to first, and now you got first and third. One out. Riddle tried to backdoor Bryce, who just fell back to the bag. So now Daniel Murphy has a chance to tie this up or more.
Low, and he's fallen behind again. Brian Zimmerman, not to be forgotten here, hit number 1,694 this inning, ties him number one all time on the organization list for hits with Tim Wallach. One and 0 to Murphy.
2-0 to Murphy. Interesting pitch choice there. Went with the changeup in a 2-0 count. Murph all in on the heater. Now he's thinking, is he going to throw me a fastball here 2-1, or is he going to double up on the change? Either way, he's thinking fly ball to the big part of the ballpark, up the middle the other way.
Base hit. Murphy ties it. Soto to third. Ball cut off. Nats are back even.
Clutch, absolutely clutch. I told you he's back. Daniel hits Murphy, ties it up in the top of the ninth with one out. Got the fastball, didn't change, right? He was sitting fastball 2-0, got a changeup, gets to a 2-1 count. You see the fist pump by Murph after the ball goes through. Juan Soto goes to third. Now Mark Reynolds has a chance to be the hero. Same seats.
Ton of room on the right side, but Mark usually a dead pull hitter. And the first pitch breaking ball for the strike.
solid numbers in this count.
Yeah, last time these two met was pretty interesting. Mark Reynolds, the walk-off homer in the 3-2 win Friday, July 6th. Nats 3, Marlins 2.
Seen Mark use the whole field before. He has the whole right side. I know he's thinking fly ball, and I know he's thinking center field, but look at the right side of the infield. They get a 74 hopper through there and have the game winner. Good take.
Bearclaw with his 5th blown save of the year. And a ball popped up right side, out of play. He was leading off the bottom of the 9th as a pinch hitter, and there it went.
That's why he's got all curveballs in this at-bat from Bearclaw. That was a heater right there, and Bearclaw hasn't, sliders, excuse me, Bearclaw hasn't challenged him with a heater yet.
And that sets the stage for his amazing Saturday night.
Gotta watch the slider in the dirt here if you're Juan Soto. You're gonna try to throw a real hard one, you'd think.
Jammed him with a fastball. It's a long run for Anderson, and nobody can go anywhere. 2 outs. Michael A. Taylor now up to him. And by the way, if Michael A. continues this inning, the pitcher spot is next. Wilmer Defoe on deck already.
Michael A's got the whole right side of the infield. Putting on defense in case Murph takes off at first. Boy, if you just bunted one to second base as hard as you could, I mean, not even being fine with it, like Trey Turner's in the first, you win. Right to Angel Hernandez as hard as you can. A little to the right of Angel.
Breaking ball. A run that means everything.
Be a bold play, but Davey Martinez has been known to start a runner here early and try to get in the rundown to steal a run. A lot of talking going on to base runners between that pitch.
Murphy is running. They're going to let him go.
Yeah, the way he was running too, it wasn't like he was trying to steal it. I think he wanted to draw a throw.
I think you're right. Murphy's first steal of the year. Taylor, left side. And quite a play by Rojas to keep the Nats from taking the lead. Michael A. everything he could to get down that line, but Miguel Rojas takes a hit and a run away. We're going bottom 9 in a 1-1 game. Madsen takes over here. So it's him with the game tied. 42nd appearance. 33 strikeouts in 37 innings. Marlins will start with Derek Dietrich for the pitcher, then Riddle and Holiday. So Mark moves over to first from third, and Matt Reynolds takes over at third.
Now fastball, curveball change. You know the arsenal for Ryan. Fastball averaging 96 miles an hour this year. His job to get it to the 10th.
And Dietrich reaching will pop it up. Key boom over there. Mark Reynolds came down if needed. One out. Next up, J.T. Riddle.
Dodgers still up 3-1. Reds final 6-2. This becomes a big game, Carp, for a lot of reasons. No, you win, you get it to 5 games. Striking distance, easier to pull the trigger on a trade. This is a big game.
Riddle 0 for 3 tonight. Madsen had him trying to reach it. 2 down.
Well, they wanted it up. Check out the target that Spencer's given, but it worked out nicely with 96 and a lot of run.
Brian Holiday, 3 balls in the air, 0 for 3. Ooh. Jim Timmons says he's all right. Brett Graves would face Defoe, Keyboom, and Turner in the top of the 10th. Challenge fastball, fly ball, right field, Bryce Harper. We're going extras. Ryan Madsen with a 1-2-3 ninth. 1-1. Big time battle in Miami tonight. Spencer Keyboom after him, and then Trey Turner. Rookie making a 6th big league appearance. 0-1 record, 25-year-old Brett Graves out of the University of Missouri.
Well, there's some big numbers there. High ERA, high average against. Obviously a small sample size, so Wilmer going to lead this thing off, and he's the last player on the bench. You know what that means, don't you?
Max.
Number 31's got cleats on. I just looked.
Secret weapon in there.
He's ready. He's always ready.
Wilmer Defoe, 2 for 8 as a pinch hitter this year. 1 for 4 both sides of the plate. And it's 0-2 on the fastball that got by. This is not a 1-2-3 inning. Bryce Harper bats in the 10th. Swing and a miss, 1 out. Spencer Keyboom is next after replacing Matt Wieters, who was pinch hit for by Adam Eaton. Herrera stands alone in the bullpen. They'll have 9, 1 and 2 up in their half of the 10th.
Yeah, 3 pitches for Graves. Fastball, slider, curve. Fastball 91. Good take. I wonder when a ball hits the fish tank, if it's just like a bomb going off for those fish. You know?
I don't know much about their hearing.
You know when you flick the tank and they jump all over? The baseball going 100 hit the tank.
Out to short. Riddle laying back on the ball and then throwing out Keyboom, 2 down.
Really got to scare him, I feel like.
Trey Turner's had a good night. He's had a good series. 7 for 16. He has scored 4 runs, 2 for 4 tonight with 2 bags. Huge if he gets aboard here to get Harper in there. Trey started the hands and stopped. Mike Muchlinski at first, confirming. 2-1. Umpire trying to correct the scoreboard for at least the 3rd time tonight. And Turner will fly 1 to center for Sierra. That's go in order. And now Kelvin Herrera for the bottom of the 10th. Here's a look ahead. Tomorrow, Jeremy Hellickson against Jose Urena. Then there's an off day at home on Monday before the Mets come in, just a short 2-game series. Night game, day game, and then the Reds in for 4 next week. And that's extra 30 minutes before and after every Washington Nationals game. So the Phillies 58-46 with their loss. The Braves about to go 54-47 unless they make a big time comeback. And the Nats still have an opportunity to gain a game on both, but they've got to take care of the fish here in the 10th. Magneuris Sierra against Kelvin Herrera. Going to lay down a bunt. He's off to the races and no throw.
We haven't really seen the speed on display from Sierra, but right here he just lays down a beauty. Look at this. Squares around early, brings it with him, kind of checks up as he got backspin on that ball. Beautiful bunt. Watch it just check up right there. Nothing Kelvin could do about that. And the Marlins with some serious heat aboard here in the bottom of the 10th.
Mark Reynolds taking the throw. Miguel Rojas, who saved the day for the Marlins, throwing out Taylor in the 9th, is the hitter, and he's 2 for 4.
Got a bunt here, doesn't he?
You would think. Matt Reynolds standing in the cut of the dirt and the grass over at third, ready to charge.
Or steal and then bunt. We'll see how they play it.
Yeah, it looked like he was ready to square, but that pitch well outside. Fights off a pitch boring in on him. And let's see. Spencer Keyboom made contact with Rojas, and it looks like they're going to give him first base.
Yeah, he was just trying to field the baseball. As a fielder, you have every right to go for the ball. And that's what Davey Martinez is saying. So first and second, nobody out. So Rojas kind of backs up as he bunted it, and Spencer's just going to get the baseball. Rojas actually retreated and then sold the call with his arms out. So trouble here in the 10th for the Nats.
Great speed at second. Brian Anderson can handle the bat. If he bunts, that could take the bat out of Real Muto's hands, but they have Castro after him.
You'd think this is going to be a bunt here too. See what they decide on.
Oh. Breaking ball away.
I'll tell you what, Juan Soto's really deep here. I mean, the game's on the line and he's playing super deep and left. And then he has no chance of throwing out Sierra. Usually in this situation, bottom of the 10th, you're fighting for your life. You'll see the outfield cheat in. Soto's too deep. You got to make him beat you over your head here.
Keyboom was assessed an error on that play for interference.
Yeah, Bryce is real shallow. He's cheating up. Michael A's medium in center field, and Juan's real deep and left.
Dangerous count, 2-0 to Brian Anderson. He's swinging, and that ball is on the ground in right. They've got to hold the runner because Harper already has the ball, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Well, they went 5-man infield Milwaukee the other day. And does Davey Martinez do it again? Here he's coming out, and this is probably to get either Bryce or Michael A. Or maybe Juan Soto. We'll see. Do you want your two best arms in the outfield here for a sac fly, or is he going with Taylor? He's pointing at Bryce, and I think that's the right move. He's putting Bryce at first base. You want Michael A's arm in the outfield here. Bryce has been taking grounders at first, so yeah, this is the move. 5-man infield. Here it comes.
Same scenario, at least similar scenario to the Tuesday night game in Milwaukee when the Brewers got a walk-off sac fly to Soto. And the Nats are facing their best batter right here, JT Realmuto, with the bases loaded and nobody out.
I'm looking at offensive interference, and it says when a runner makes contact with the fielder attempting to field a batted ball, except when the batter with the catcher in the immediate vicinity of home plate after a ball was batted.
5 infielders in, ball 1.
Irrelevant at this point. You gotta think lucky right here. You got an all-star at the plate, bases loaded, nobody out, and 5 people stand in the infield.
Realmuto patiently takes ball 2. All in on the 2-0 at 97.
Bryce Harper playing first base. It's the closest he's been to a hitter since he's caught.
Realmuto, fly ball to right. Marlins win. Too far for Michael A to go.
I mean, good effort by Taylor. I mean, he was playing right center field. He busted it for this. I don't know if he could have hit the brakes and thrown it home, even though this is super shallow. It was just nicely placed by Realmuto. And there was nothing he could do. He catches that. There's no way he's throwing Sierra out at home. And that's how this one ends. That's a tough one, folks, a real tough one.
So the Nats not able to gain ground on the Phillies or Atlanta tonight. And the Marlins win it in 10, 2-1. The Nats are now 2-6 in extra innings this year, and the Marlins are 6-4. So for game 4 tomorrow, trying to win 3 out of 4, the Nats will look to Jeremy Hellickson. It was a good effort by Gio tonight and good defense by the Nats. And by the closest of margins, the Marlins take it. Coverage begins tomorrow at 12:30. This has been a presentation of Masson. Nats Extra postgame straight ahead. And from Miami, hard luck, tough loss. So long for just a while.